Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and you know what time it is. It's time for more spoilers. Let's go. Let's start with Banalish Sleeper. Oh, that's right, a sleeper agent. That was the Phyrexian's entire strategy, apparently. And when Banalish Sleeper enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, each player sacrifices a creature. So it's a 2-cost white 3/1, and then the kicker is 1 black, because we needed more white-black removal in the game. There's only about 50 of them. Okay, rotation. Next up, Defiler of Dreams is a 5-cost double blue 4/3 creature Phyrexian Sphinx. Oh my gosh, they Phyrexified the Sphinx. That is awful. Flying is an additional cost to cast blue permanent spells. You may pay 2 life. These spells cost 1 blue less to cast if life was paid this way, so in other words, Phyrexian mana. This effect reduces only the amount of blue mana you pay. I still think it applies by rule to generic. I think they just mean it can't help like green. But it sure doesn't look like it's written that way, but I don't know, that's kind of weird. And then whenever you cast a blue permanent spell, draw a card. That right there is usually a bit problematic. Blue-white control life gain might be a thing, and that is not a good way to start off post-rotation. Next up, oh my gosh, Sheoldred built a giant centipede body. It's Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Of course, legendary creature, mythic Phyrexian Praetor. So she's a 4-cost double black 4/5 with Death Touch, and whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Oh, that's ridiculous. And whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. That is surprisingly dull for like one of the main characters. And the flavor text is, Gix failed, I shall not. That's interesting. I think people are kind of done with like the mono black attrition when you could back it up with enchantment removal, most of which isn't actually rotating. This is a bad start, but if they were going to make Sheoldred horribly overpowered, this is a bit tamer, but still, every single turn, you just do nothing and they take at least 2 damage, you gain at least 2 life per full turn cycle? I don't know, I mean, unless it's legendary. Next up, Archangel of Wrath. It's a 4-cost double white 3/4, and it has kicker black and or red. You know, I was going to say, oh, they got this thing called hybrid mana. Why is this so stupid and clunky? But you can do it 0, 1, or 2 times because it's and or. So it has flying and lifelink. It's a 3/4. And then when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked 1 time, it deals 2 damage to any target. And if it was kicked twice, it deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, I didn't think they would copy and paste that. That is highly redundant. So this is just a poorly worded, stupid card. And nobody is running those 3 colors. And if you were, this wouldn't be worth it. So next up, are you ready for this one? The #1 biggest problem card, if I recall, from Mark's stupid teasers. The Phasing of Zhalfir, as I like to call it, the absolute color pie breaking atrocity. So you know how everybody loves sagas because of the slow build up and the upfront versus the like I'm gonna wait 3 then bomb them or anywhere in between, or the repetitive step 1. It was flexible, you had to plan ahead, it took a lot of skill, and people loved it because they were typically not overpowered. Well, read ahead, choose a chapter and start on that one. There you go. So you can start at the beginning and get the highest benefit out of it, or just skip to the end and drop the bomb on them, which completely undercuts and undermines the entire point of a saga. But wait, it gets worse. #1 and #2 are another target non-land permanent phases out. It can't phase in for as long as you control the Phasing of Zhalfir. This might be horribly broken if you can manipulate counters other than standard counters, because remember, it's a chapter counter. Okay, lower counter, whatever. And then #3, which remember you get a skip to for 4 mana, 2 blue, destroy all creatures. No, not exile all creatures, effectively replacing them, destroy all creatures, and there is a very big difference, and the bigger problem on top of that is shields. I am so done with control board wipe, you know, just control-a-thon, I win with 1 card, oh, look at my man land, swing at you 10 turns in a row and drop you decks. Those are completely ruining the format right now. So let's just give blue a board wipe with absolutely no downside. Okay, not quite, but still, they did it wrong. So for each creature destroyed this way, its controller creates a 2/2 black Phyrexian creature token. What does it have to do with him phasing out Zhalfir? Nothing. How does it even make sense? It doesn't. How is it part of the blue color pie? It would be if they exiled them. Why is Teferi on a Phyrexian spell? I have no idea. None of this makes sense. None of it adds up. It's not even a story spotlight card. It's just something to piss people off. It's just Mark trolling people so that if it works out and people are like, this is so innovative, he's like, yeah, I can still come up with new ideas. But 90% of the time he comes up with something like Companion and it just falls completely on its face. He doesn't know how to design cards and WotC doesn't know how to fire him. So this is just an absolute atrocity. Yeah, if they've got 30 creatures and you've got 2, they're still going to kill you on the next turn. But you can do all kinds of death triggers and ETBs and sweepers and -1s and, you know, that stupid slug. Yeah, this is just terrible, and giving it to blue is even worse. So moving on from that pile of crap, Guardian of Dominaria. It's a 2-cost 2/2 human soldier with enlist. Ooh, new keyword. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness, which I didn't think was an official term in the game, but okay. When you do, add its power to this creature's until end of turn. That is awkwardly and clunkily written, and it's 4 lines of tiny little text. Also, I'd say this sounds like banding, but along with everybody else who plays Magic, I have no idea how banding works. But also, whenever Guardian of Dominaria enlists a creature, scry 2, nice, and discard a card, and then it gains indestructible till end of turn, tap it. That is pretty darn powerful in utility right there. Also, why are they recruiting child soldiers and then using them as human shields? Next up, Nishoba Brawler. It's a 2-cost star 3. Oh boy. Cat Warrior with Trample. Oh, the Furry's gonna love this one. And Domain. Nishoba Brawler's power is equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. Oh my gosh, they brought back Domain. That is old. Well, it's mono-colored, and last time they did like a 5-color or color boosted, or what's it called, Sunburst or Sunbeam, or I don't remember what it was. Nobody played it. It's just kind of annoying. And for draft, I mean, you got little to no fixing. I don't see this having any purpose, really. Still, let's say it's in a 2-color deck. A 2/3 with Trample for 2 is pretty good. But remember, it's not land colors, it's basic land types. Next up, another fine quality image. It's Charismatic Vanguard, a 3-cost 3/2 dwarf soldier in white, and if you pay 5, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. Hey, it's kind of like every other boost they've done except fair, but, you know, it's in the common slot. It's just little instant speed ambush boosty boy for way too much mana, but it's still like an appropriate amount of mana because that's what it should cost. I feel like this is going to be a little bit too good in New Capenna, but still, 5. And next up, the card I was warned about but I haven't actually read yet. It's Ajani Sleeper Agent. Oh, here we go. He's completed, which means that he's got all the hybrid and Phyrexian and all kinds of nonsense in there. So, okay, we got 1 generic, 1 green, 1 white. And then we've got generic dual Phyrexian green-white, which means it can be paid with 1 green, 1 white, or 2 life. And if life was paid, this Planeswalker enters with 2 fewer loyalty counters, because the Phyrexians suck. So you could get him out for 3 and he has 4 loyalty, but then if you did that, it would actually be 2. Still, early Planeswalkers are usually kind of annoying. So +1, which he would immediately then be, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature or Planeswalker card, put it into your hand, otherwise you may put it on the bottom of your library. Yeah, he'll get that army going. -3, distribute 3 1/1 counters among up to 3 target creatures. They gain vigilance until end of turn. Okay, simple enough. And then -6. You get an emblem with, when you cast a creature or Planeswalker spell, target opponent gets 2 poison counters. Really? You can drop him in on turn 3. On your opponent's turn 2, your turn 3, you can drop him in, and then immediately make him 3, so he's kind of far away from 6, but then if you pay the full amount, which is just 1 more mana, he starts out with 4, then you can immediately put him to 5, which means he's like 1 away from 6, so then you just wait 1 turn, maybe cast a control spell, board wipe, I don't know, whatever, and then boom, emblem. And then you win the game eventually. I mean, what, are you going to not cast 5 creatures? They could counterspell it. Guess what cast mean? It doesn't mean, by rule, cast successfully. It just means attempt to cast. You could counterspell all 5 of them and you'll still lose. You can wait for them to enter the battlefield and blow them up, you'll still lose. There's no way to remove the emblem. This is utterly game-ruining crap. People are going to have to put like a haster, a direct damage spell, an unblockable, I don't know, something in their deck that can get to him. Because remember, this would be a creature-heavy deck. You'd just be dumping out cheapo creatures and going wide. The ways to stop him are so narrow. How early he can come in is just stupid. How quickly he gets to his emblem is stupid. You can't remove the emblem. That's stupid. And it's not creature ETB, so you can't counterspell it. And it's not getting hit by a creature, which you can maybe defend against. This is just trash. I hate everything about this. This is going to ruin multiple formats, and they better ban it very, very quickly. You know they won't, but they really should. So moving on from that trash, we got Radha's Firebrand. It's a rare human warrior in red. It's a 2-cost 3/1, so that's already, you know, dangerous with red wins, but hey. And when it attacks, target creature defending player controls with power less than Radha's Firebrand's power cannot block this turn. And then Domain 6. Rada's Firebrand gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each basic land type. Among lands you control, activate only once each turn. Okay, I mean, yeah, it gets her up there higher, but who's playing like 3, 4, 5 color with her? These days, and I think this will still be true after rotation, if you're playing above 2 colors, you're playing control, because that's what wins. That's a shame. I did want to actually play my deck, but, well, they launched a 3-color set, and look what happened. Who would have thought? So next up, Shalai's Acolyte. 5-cost white 3/4 Angel with Kicker with 1 green in there for some reason. Boy, these cards are going to be awkward to play. Really annoying, weird color identities. If you just want an Angel for your Angel Tribal, it's going to show that you're running a green deck on Arena. Just everything about this set was really weirdly and unusually designed. So anyway, flying, and if Shalai's Acolyte was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it. Pretty beefy. I think this is maybe a draft card, but that's splash green. I don't know. I think there's going to be some filters in the game. And finally, you know I had to stop on this one. Territorial Morrow, which is Mark Rosewater's nickname. And yeah, that looks exactly like him. Clearly he was the model for this one. So, 5-cost star with Domain is a creature elemental, in green of course, and its power and toughness are equal to twice the number of basic land types among lands you control. Once again, yes, you know, because everybody plays 5 color right after rotation when the amount of land fixing is... And by the way, basic lands, not land colors. I cannot stress that enough. They have to be basic lands. So I guess this is like intended to be a 5-color set. This isn't just some weird like Commander gimmick, because we all know this is Commander Horizons Plus standard. The flavor text is the Coalition, get it? Dominaria United, all 5 colors, was more than just treaties and alliances. It was the soul of a world rising up against Mark Rosewater. Oh, I misread that. Against the invading tide of Mark Rosewater. Well, in my upcoming run for president of Dominaria, I'm going to run on a platform of we don't need nature, we need nukes, okay? Weapons are going to win the war, not treaties and friendship and holding hands and other stupid hippie crap. There's 2 things that are going to stop the Phyrexians, and they are Ka and Boom. Also, I think we should implement a test like the Cylon test from Battlestar Galactica, where they test everyone to see if they're a sleeper agent. It's just safety, okay? It's not discrimination, it's just safety. So that's it for today, but we got way more spoilers coming. I'm going to try to hit it hard tomorrow, and sorry for accidentally forgetting to hit publish last night on my spoiler videos. We're doubling up today. Great. I might double up the normal way tomorrow and just actually make 2 spoiler videos, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.